So I want to go to my filter section next. And if I go into the filters, I know that I have two different filters. The first one is a low pass filter with overdrive that's added post filter. That gets fed into the second filter, which is a multi-mode filter with the default setting as a high pass. So let me go ahead and start using the low pass filter here. And I want to remove some of the frequencies from the sawtooth. And actually, if I'm going to be playing this as a bass sound, I should go down an octave. So let me do that. There we go. If I add resonance, I'm essentially adding volume at the cutoff point of the filter, which can be really useful if I'm doing some filter movement, filter sweeps. So we can see that's very effective at removing a lot of the higher frequency content from that sawtooth. But we can still hear a bit of the movement from the pulse width modulation. Next to that, I have overdrive. I'm going to open the filter up a bit so we can hear the effect of the overdrive more clearly. It's a very nice way to kind of saturate the sound, add a bit more grit and bite. Now that overdrive is post the first filter, but the output of the filter and the overdrive gets fed into the second filter. So I can add some bite with this, and then I can sort of tame and shape what's happening with that overdrive with my secondary filter here. Now this filter right now, by default, it's set up as a high pass filter, which might seem a little bit odd to use on a bass sound, but what's nice about this, if the filter frequency is low enough, we can actually use this high pass filter to boost some of the bass frequencies. So for example, I'm going to increase the resonance quite a bit. And I'm going to adjust the filter cutoff and just hear if I can find a sweet spot where we increase some of the lower frequencies that will enhance the bass sound of this. Okay, so now we're getting higher, a little higher than I want. But right around there, I feel there's a bit more power being added to the bass. Okay, not too bad. Now, one other thing that we can do, next to these knobs, there's track, which means that we can make it so that the filter frequency will change based on the pitches that we're playing. It'll track the notes on the keyboard. I'm not too concerned with that for this particular sound, but we have depth next to that. If we look at the buttons, we have an envelope button. And if I press this, this brings me to the filter envelope. This envelope is meant to be assigned to the filters, but can also be assigned to two different destinations. And by using this filter envelope, I can basically change the way the filter is applied over the lifetime of the note. If I press the envelope button again, now it doesn't say ENVF, it says ENV2. So this is the secondary envelope, which again has two different destinations. Let me go to the filter envelope, and I think I want to shape this so that when I play the note, the filter frequency gradually opens, gradually increases. After a certain amount of time, it will decrease back to the initial value. So anytime we're dealing with an envelope, we have attack, decay, sustain, and release. The first stage of the envelope is the attack. When I strike the note, how quickly does it take for that particular parameter to reach a different value? So I'm going to increase the attack here, like so. And let's see, I'm going to make the decay relatively short, and I'm going to bring the sustain value all the way down, meaning that when I trigger the note, the filter value will gradually increase based on the attack time. After it reaches the end of the attack stage, the filter value will decrease based on the decay time down to the sustain level. With sustain all the way down at 0, that means that as I hold the note down, the filter will gradually go back to the initial value. And that's basically it. So let me go to my filter page now. And in order to hear the effect of this, I need to increase the depth parameter on one of my two filters. Let's hear how this sounds if I use it on my second filter, my high pass filter. So I'm going to increase the depth amount here. That's a little bit extreme. That's nice because it's pretty subtle. Let me go back to my envelope setting here. And let's see, let's make it so that maybe we have a shorter attack time and a more gradual decay time. Okay, nice. I'm liking the sound so far. Now I could also use my LFO to modulate some things, but I'm going to save that for the next example when we make a lead sound. For now, I'm okay with this. So let me see if I can add this to my little drum beat here. Aha, I didn't clear my patterns on my sequencer. So let me make sure that I've cleared all the track trigs. I'm going to hit my record button to go into my grid recording mode. And I'm just going to make sure that I clear all the track trigs for these extra tracks. Function clear, function clear, function clear. So the only thing I want to keep are the track trigs for track 4. That's where my drums are at. And let me also change my tempo back to what it was before, down to 107. There we go. And let's play the beat. Go to track 3 here, get out of my tempo mode. And I'm just going to record a very simple pattern with this here. All right, so that's my pattern. The last thing I want to do is, I don't like how short all the notes are. I would like for the release time of the volume envelope to be a bit longer. So I'm going to go to my amp page here. Release time is for the release of the volume envelope. When I release the note, how long does it take for the volume to become silent? Just increase this. Okay, not bad. There we go. All right, so we've created a lower frequency bass type sound. The next thing I want to do is create some sort of lead sound to go on top of this and complement it.